All right, how's everybody doing today? We have it up. All right, I want to welcome you guys back this week, and I'm excited to work with you guys. I talked to some of you guys before, and some of you guys have been inboxing me about how to do a few different things, and I've been working with SE over the last few weeks, and we put together some really great content for you guys. I do want to go over some critical things that everybody should know. First of all, this is not financial advice. And I'm sure Essie has shared this with you and shared this continuously. This is not financial advice. This is education for several different reasons. One, we want you guys to be able to understand how currency works. We want you guys to be able to make decisions, but not based on the hype. We don't want you to be hyped up about it. It is an incredible opportunity, but again, there's a core knowledge base that you need to take into the situation. And we want to make sure you guys walk out equipped to make a good decision, equipped to understand how things work, and not, hey, you guys told me to get, I got this. It's a lot deeper than that. I'm going to tell you one of the things for me personally that I think is one of the most important factors are entry points. You guys know what entry points are? Nod your heads. I can see some of your faces. Do you guys know what entry points are?
Nope.
Okay.
Yes.
You say yes. So we have some people who do, some who don't. So entry points are the most significant thing. When you purchase a crypto or whenever you're thinking about investing in a specific coin, it's not so much, over time, it's about the project. The project is super significant. But if you understand the markets, you can have a project or a coin that's not necessarily a top tier coin, but you hear people say things like buy the dip. Any guys familiar with that terminology, buy the dip? So what does that mean? Chime in, I like interaction. What does buy the dip mean? When you hear the words buy the dip, what is someone telling you to do?
You want to buy the coin at its lowest value.
So you guys, I'm looking at a little bit of what you guys have gone over. And you guys talked about Bitcoin. So you guys are familiar with Bitcoin. Is this your second week or this is your second week, right?
Second week.
Okay, tell me what you know about Bitcoin, and then I'll try to influence you from that perspective. I don't want to overload you. There's so much to talk about, and we're gonna baby step it. What do you guys know specifically about Bitcoin right now? And if no one raises their hand, I'll just pick people whose name I know. So go to my church. I'm probably gonna pick you. So tell me what you just had homework. So I know what is Bitcoin is one of the questions in your homework. So tell me a little bit about what you know of Bitcoin specifically.
You should take call on Mr. Martin because he was the last one in.
Is that how we gonna do it?
He's on my list of first. What is Bitcoin? This is a review for you guys. So Essie wants me to ask you guys this. What is a Bitcoin?
Okay. Well,
I guess we could say it's a cryptocurrency. It's not like money in hand kind of thing.
It's decentralized money.
And so, okay, let me start with this.
Electronic currency. That's what Bitcoin is. So
what I don't want you guys to do is give me the Googleable answer. I don't mind if you guys.
Oh, I didn't Google that one.
Yeah. I don't mind if you guys paraphrase it, even if it's a little wrong, as long as I know you have a point of reference. Because if you start telling me specific terminology about it being open source, most people don't understand the critical unless you've already studied it. And so memorizing points don't mean you understand what you're dealing with. So when I'm going to super simplify certain things for functionality, so there's a functional understanding you need to have about what we're dealing with so that you can progressively make good decisions, because you're not going to read an essay about Bitcoin and understand what moves to make. That's just not going to happen. That's not how any of this works. So I need you to understand several different things. So when you hear different things like decentralized, what do you understand that to mean? Or is that just a word that you learned and now you know it's
Word I
decentralized? But
learned. Oh my
so
God.
when you talk about something being centralized, you're talking about you have a typically a middleman of sorts, and that central person is somebody you trust, like the bank. They're a centralized source, and they are the go-between between you and your asset, between your money. And so when we talk about something as decentralized, but understand anytime you have something centralized, it's regulated. So you have the government in place to make sure that, hey, this dollar is backed by the government. So they use these third parties as intermediate, as go-betweens. I don't even want to throw out words that are over anybody's head, but they're go-betweens between you and your asset. So when we say something is decentralized as a currency or as an exchange, what we're saying is there is no third. It's not that there's not a third. There is no third party that you have to trust. You are accountable for your asset. So when you purchase this isn't like buying a stock. Somebody could do something called a rug pull, and you guys probably aren't that far because we're just getting started. And if you don't know what you're doing, there's no one you can really call and say, hey, I made a mistake. That doesn't make it more risky. You're taking a risk no matter what. It means you need to know what you're doing before you make certain moves. There are certain things we need to baby through just so you can understand the process of it before you make some moves. Don't get me wrong. There are places like Coinbase or Voyager or I don't know what apps are you guys using right now? Binance, US.
I have a Coinbase.
Okay, Coinbase. Anybody else? Robinhood. What are you guys using?
Uh,
Cash App.
Coinbase.
Coinbase, Cash App.
Crypto.com.
So when you look at Bitcoin, what do you guys understand its utilization? What do we use it for?
I haven't used mine for nothing. I just let it sit there.
So a lot of people are looking at, okay, you want it to hold value. And that's a good thing. That's a significant thing. That's something that you need. So a lot of people are saying, okay, if I put my money in a bank, I could allow the bank to leverage it and they'll give me 12% maybe on the high end after many, many, many years, 30, 40 years. It's not really losing value, but it's not really if I put in 100,000, I'm not going to walk out with much more than 100,000. Like
Right.
that's how your bank works. And so when we're looking at something like something that holds value, you got to understand it's a new technology. So it does several things. It can hold value, but again, it has the ability to have exponential growth. So I'll share a couple little stories. My brother, he told me about this coin called Dent. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Dent, D-E-N-T. And he told me about a year ago about it. And he put $100 in. That's all he put in. And a few months later, when he had about $6,000 or $7,000, he told me about it again. So I put $100.
Keep coming.
Turn around to right before this last dip, he has that $100 investment is worth $16,000. All he put in was $100. Now, granted, it's a high risk coin. This was a penny coin. And it's not necessarily a penny, it's 0.00, at the time of his investment, 0.0004 cent is how much that the dent was. So you got to understand high risk, high reward. That $100, I have a huge family. Anybody who knows me know I have a lot of children. If I take us out to eat, because so many of us, we're going to spend $100. So as far as holding value is concerned, I can do a lot with $16,000. Now, granted, because I didn't get in when he got in, I didn't make $16,000. My $100 is worth a couple $1,000s right now. But his $100 is worth, well, let me be honest to the point. Also, because Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency. Anybody who's been in business knows about the first person to make it to market. They usually retain most of the value because they set a pace, they set a standard, they have brand recognition. Everybody knows about Bitcoin. Doesn't mean it's the best coin. It doesn't mean it has the best utility. It doesn't mean it's the most stable coin. It doesn't mean it's the best technology. It just means it was first. And because it was first and it has years under its belt, people trust that it won't die off tomorrow. And because of that single point, Bitcoin has become synonymous with cryptocurrency. Bitcoin is not synonymous with cryptocurrency. All the other coins are called altcoins, alternative coins. I saw some of this in your homework. I'm gonna look at your homework again because I know some of this was in there. So you guys have a lot of facts on here. You know that cryptocurrency is decentralized digital money. I'm gonna tell you more than being digital money. Cryptocurrency is not necessarily set up to be digital money in every aspect. It can retain value and operate like money, but most of the altcoins have a utility. Did Essie go over? I talked to her about 4 or 5 things you look for when you're looking at a coin. Did you guys go over that at all? I'm gonna let you guys know the only people whose head I can see shaking is Martin's and one other person, but I don't see a lot of head shaking, so I'm gonna go off of what he said.
We didn't go over that yet.
We didn't go over it.
Okay.
No.
Probably because my
Okay.
head's shining. That's probably why that's the only one you see.
Well, also, there's only so many fit on the screen at once. I'm going back. I see the
okay.
Whitfields every now and again. I see the Loris every now and again. But so there are thousands of different cryptocurrencies. So when you look at a project, she asked you guys what is an altcoin. It's an alternative digital currency to Bitcoin. It's a little bit more than that. These tokens that you actually own, so you actually own a token when you own a cryptocurrency. So it's not like a stock where you purchase. It's kind of like a share, but it's not exactly like a share. So whenever you purchase a certain number of coins, you're purchasing those coins with an expectation. What's the expectation when you purchase a coin? If I buy 5 Bitcoins, what am I expecting Bitcoin to do?
You're expecting Bitcoin to grow and make you some money.
Grow in value. So whenever you're looking at an alternative coin and you want it to grow in value, you want to make sure you look at 4 things. These are fundamental things that I teach. I want you guys to write this down. You got a piece of paper and a pencil? This is fundamentals. Fundamentals. You want to look at first who's on the board. Now, a lot of times you can go to the web page of the cryptocurrency you're looking at, and it'll give you a list of board members. And depending on who's on the board and who's invested in, and also the team that they have, not just on the board, but the researchers who are involved. Now, again, if you've never been into this space, it'll be a little different. I introduced a coin to another class that Essie taught, and we talked about, has it told you guys about Theta token?
No.
I didn't hear.
I bring it up because it's one of the most fundamental coins that I've met that hits all 4 of these targets, and so it's going to be a game changer. It's called THETA, Theta token. And it's going to be a game changer because of what it does. But let's maybe walk. First thing we want to look at are the board members. Now, the board members are going to be associated with other projects. So if you look on the website, or if you look on, there are different places to go to look it up, and I'll download some of those in your classroom at a later point. But if you look at the board members and the people who helped build it, if one of the founders of YouTube is on this board, this is a heavy hitter. He helped create YouTube. So you hear some of these names, and I'm not going to drop Japanese names because, again, if you guys aren't in that circle, that's just going to be name dropping for no reason. But if you look at some of these guys and you look at their bio, and you know they're a co-founder of Twitter, or they're a co-founder of YouTube, or they're a co-founder of Twitch, that's a solid project, because these big names are not going to associate with a small project. That's the first thing you have to recognize. Also, if you look at the credentials of the people who made the token and their background, when they got their PhDs and what it's in, is significant to the token. Now, understand, it's always good to get in. The first thing we talked about was what? Entry points. So right now, because all of the alternative coins tend to follow Bitcoin because it's the market leader, when Bitcoin dips down by 50, 60%, most coins will follow that pattern. Not because their value is actually there, but because as Bitcoin, the market leader, goes, so does the rest of the market. But I know Essie had another question on there. She asked you, what is Ethereum? Did anybody do their homework? Anybody answer that question? What is Ethereum?
Well, actually, I purchased some Ethereum.
You purchased some Ethereum. What is Ethereum?
It's just like Bitcoin, but it's smaller than Bitcoin. Just a rough thing.
So not exactly. Well, that's not wrong, but it's not the question I was trying to ask you.
Okay.
So Ethereum is set up. Well, you have to understand, when they ask why Bitcoin was created initially, who knows who the founder is? That was part of your homework. And I saw some people turn this in, so someone has to know who the founder is. It's in your home. It was literally answered by 3 or 4 of you guys.
Hold on.
Satoshi Nakamoto.
Yep, Nakamoto. So when Bitcoin was invented, what was the goal of Bitcoin? What was everybody saying when it was $50, when it was cheap? Way back in the day, before it hit what was Bitcoin going to do? What made it the hype? And why has it gained more popularity as of recent?
We don't know. This is our second day.
So listen, Bitcoin was rumored to replace the fiat dollar. You guys talk about fiat money yet?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we got a starting point. So you guys have already talked about fiat money. So your fiat dollar is backed by what right
Gold.
now?
It's supposed to be backed by gold.
It's backed
Nope.
by nothing.
It has not been backed by gold since I don't know the year. Don't
It
have me
ain't backed
throwing
by
out years.
nothing.
Well, it's
hasn't been backed.
supposed to be.
It's backed by your government's promise that I'm gonna give you $1 if you take this note that say it's $1. That's what's backing your but don't get me wrong, because we have armies and powers, there's a little strength behind us saying we got your back, but again, everybody's looking like, wait a minute, we're giving out trillions of dollars right now. The dollar is bound at some point to not sustain itself. It's losing value at a phenomenal rate. That's an understood thing. So it's giving Bitcoin, a lot of investors want to hold value, and they see the value of Bitcoin rising. And so a lot of people aren't even, if you look at people like Warren Buffett, well, don't look at Warren Buffett because he's not really into crypto, but that's a whole nother story. But people on his money level, they want to see their money grow over time. And so they'll invest it in a stock. They'll invest it, not even necessarily always to gain money, but to hold value or to gain proportionately. So when you look at something like Bitcoin that's making a claim that, okay, I'm going to replace the USD, or not just the US dollar, dollars in general. a lot of people are saying, okay, it's digital money. You have people like Buffett say it's just digital money, so it doesn't have a value. And I'm gonna say he didn't do his research on what it is. So the first thing you have to understand is it's not just digital money. Bitcoin is technology. That's the first thing you have to understand. And when you invest in Bitcoin or any cryptocurrency, you're investing in technology. That's the first thing you have to understand. Now, there are exceptions to this rule. Like some of you guys may have said, I got Robinhood and I bought some Dogecoin and my $100 turned to $7,000. So I'm in cryptocurrency. I'm gonna tell you, you have not invested in the technology of cryptocurrency. That's a different situation altogether. Dogecoin was a meme. It was created as a joke. Like that's its full functionality. It does not mean you shouldn't have some. Anything, I always recommend being diverse. Anything that's that can gain value for you, of course you want it. It's an asset, but it's not. So when I'm teaching you about cryptocurrency, I'm going to teach you about the technology and the value of the technology that we're talking about. That doesn't apply to coins like Dogecoin because that's more marketing than anything else. They have good marketing, and if a lot of people buy it, the value's going to go up. So that's separate from what you're actually learning in this class. It doesn't mean don't get any. It means it's rising and falling based on the popularity of the coin, not on the other things I'm going to be talking to you guys about. So remember, I talked to you, I said there's 4 things that we're going to go over. So we talked about who's on the board. That's significant. It matters. It's weighty. The next thing that matters, that's significant, that's weighty. Write this down. This thing number 2. We talked about board members. Now we need to talk about utility. What the coin can do. So when we talk about Bitcoin being introduced as a way to solve the problem of the fiat dollar and be backed by technology and become money as you know it and become a digital money, that's lacking for several reasons. So if you do any research, you'll realize several things. The utility is not quite there for that because Bitcoin is safe. What makes it so safe as a technology is, how many of you guys heard of Bitcoin mining? You might not know what it is, but you've heard of it. Just raise your hand. I just want to see if you
Bitcoin
guys
might.
heard of it. Mining, M-I-N-I-N-G, mining.
Oh,
So some of what makes Bitcoin so secure is the way that it's done. So you can get Bitcoin by getting, if you build computers, you could literally, if you have a power supply, use graphics cards and configure your computer to mine. So what it's gonna do is essentially looking for, I'm oversimplifying this. It's solving an algorithm problem. And when it does, you could walk away with a whole Bitcoin. Now, what typically happens, miners will get together. If I'm mining and Crystal's mining and the Whitfields are mining and Michelle is mining and Dorothy's mining, we're gonna all get together. And if one of us get a Bitcoin, we're gonna split the profits amongst us. That's what typically happens. You have something called mining pools. And so what makes it safe, the algorithm is moving so fast and there's so many different people doing it all over the world because everybody wants, that's right now it's $40,000. At $40,000, I want to mine it and I want to get, or I want to split that amongst my team. And it costs me very little, the price of however much my electricity is. And because I'm a part of this pool, this trusted circle, we're going to share in what makes the transactions happen. But the problem with that is that it causes transaction fees because you have to pay the miners and you have to pay, because when people solve it, in order to make certain transactions, there are transaction fees. And so it can get really complicated in utilizing Bitcoin as a currency because you got to pay miners. But then you have coins. Let me mute this. I think, give me 1 second, guys. Can you hear me still?
Yeah.
Okay. So after you have all these different people mining, it makes it really secure because you can't hack one building and access Bitcoin, because I might be mining it, Crystal's mining it, the Whitfields are mining it. We don't even live next door. We're all over the place. So the time it would take to hack it is just not statistically possible for somebody to break the security of what Bitcoin is. So its utility is good for security, but it's not good necessarily as a exchange, as money. It can't be money right now unless the technology upgrades. So then you have Ethereum. Ethereum sought to solve some of these problems. Ethereum said, you know what? We have money, but they started changing the rules. Anybody seen on Coinbase where Ethereum 2.0 is out?
Yeah.
If you look on Coinbase, you're going to see Ethereum and you're going to see Ethereum 2.0. And in 2.0, they said, listen, we had too many fees too. It used to be cheap, but because so many people are mining Ethereum now, they see the value of it. If we keep mining like this, we're going to be priced out just like Bitcoin. So there are other coins, alternative coins, that have already solved the transaction fee. How many of you guys heard about XRP?
I
You know
have.
this in your homework. I need all of y'all to raise your hand.
We haven't
I
got to
haven't
that
seen no
part.
XRP. We don't know none of that yet.
Well, I do
Y'all
because
don't know
I got
about
XRP,
XRP.
but we just got our first, second class. Y'all ain't saying that. Got me talking all the time.
Oh, well, go ahead. Keep talking.
Listen, talk is good. Like I said, I like the interaction. So with these other coins, here's their significance. Some of them have eliminated the transaction. XRP, it costs, and again, I'm guessing the number because I'm close to it. It's like 0.000183 cent for a transaction, significantly under a penny. And there are other countries like Egypt who've already adopted the XRP coin to eliminate exchange fees. So automatically, the utility of this coin, its usefulness, everybody's gonna adopt this, because if I want to exchange my money from USD, US dollar, to Canadian, it costs me some money, right?
Right.
What if I don't have to pay that? That's what XRP solves on the short end. That's not even the depth of its technology. That's just on the surface what it can already do. But XRP, it got sued by the SEC. And because of the lawsuit, you can't buy it on Coinbase. You have to use a decentralized exchange. Now, Coinbase, it tells you that cryptos are decentralized, but there's regulations that are trying to happen because your government wants its tax money. It can't get its tax money if you're on it, if it has no way of tracking you. That's why there's Binance, but then there's Binance US, because the US like, wait, we need to track the money people are making. You'll notice in 2022, your tax filings for your cryptocurrency is going to be different, because you're going to have to, they want to know what have you potentially made, because they don't want you to be able to say, hey, I don't want to lose half of my assets in the divorce. So if it's in crypto, they have a way of tracking it. So the US is going to find a way to get its money. You can believe that's the only reason why we haven't adopted it mainstream as a lot of as China and other countries. The government just said, hold on, we hold our money pretty tight here, and we don't want to not be in control of money that passes through our citizens. We give y'all military protection, we want our cut. And so you have utility, you have state, you have and I'm gonna go a little bit deeper into that, but I'm gonna give you the other two. Get out your pencils, we're gonna write down the other things. So we have utility, you have board members. What's the third? I didn't tell you guys yet. I'm about to drop. You got your pencils?
I got a question too.
Go ahead.
Hey, if you can't get XRP on Coinbase, where can you purchase it?
I'm gonna upload it into your homework thing. There are things called exchanges, and they're decentralized. So it's a little. I don't want to go too far. I don't know if you guys have talked about soft wallets and hard wallets yet, because you
Oh,
have.
we haven't.
All right, we're getting ahead of ourselves. I can tell you where to purchase it, but even if you purchased it here, you have to know where to put it. So just purchasing it doesn't give you a place to put it. Like, how can it be centralized if you got to go to the bank to get it out? If you got to go to, a broker to get it out. So there are questions that we have the answers to. We're just not that far in the conversation.
All right.
When you're talking about getting out, are you talking about like Essie was telling us like Exodus and those?
Yep, Exodus is a wallet. That's a good wallet. There are a lot of
Yeah,
different
those wallets. I know we talked briefly about Exodus and
Trust wallet. Coinbase is even a wallet. And then Coinbase has an alternative wallet for coins that aren't on Coinbase. Coinbase is also an exchange of sorts because you can purchase on Coinbase, but most wallets just hold your asset. Again, we're getting ahead of ourselves. We'll get to that. Let's baby step it. I don't want to overwhelm. So we talked about utility. That's just how useful it is. What's utility?
Security.
Nope.
And then what you said?
What's utility? I just told you seconds ago.
I thought you said security.
No, sir. What is utility?
How useful it is.
So Whitfield just said, what the coin can do? What? What's utility?
How useful it is.
How useful it
That's
is.
what y'all just said.
Oh, well, where did I get security from?
From him.
A few moments before I said security matters, but I didn't say that's what utility was. I said utility is how useful it is.
Okay.
All right. So utility is how useful it is.
Yep.
All right.
So who's on the board? That's just the team.
Board.
So write it in your own words. You need to, when I say who's on the board, I don't want you to just think, that's something corporate. No, that's just the team. Who's on our team? The people, I know what YouTube is. The people who made YouTube made this coin. Oh yeah, this is a good coin. That's how simplified I want it.
Okay.
Eighth grade level, like put it in your own words. Utility, how useful it is. What problem can it solve?
Number 3.
Technically, we're moving from utility to technology because the technology gives it utility, but we're just technology is going to be number 3.
All right.
So when we talk about technology, we're talking about what it can do. When I talk to you guys about the Theta token, what makes Theta token so exceptional is the fact that it impacts the Internet of Things. Anybody know? Have you heard that phrase, the Internet of Things?
No.
Raise your phone to y'all, see if anybody. Nobody heard of Internet of Things?
Nope, I haven't.
Who knows what 5G is?
Well, 5G is a step up from 4G.
It's the speed, right?
Everybody on during COVID understands that internet is essential for everything that's where technology is. And so when we talk about the Internet of Things, your car can have internet, your phone have internet of its own. On a 5G network, your cell phone data can sometimes be better than your Wi-Fi, depending on how many megs per second. We're not going to get that deep into the tech, but depending on how strong your signal is, you'd be better off using your phone. So when we talk about the Internet of Things, things will be able to talk to each other. Like you're airdropping things now on your MacBooks. Your things can communicate. So artificial intelligence is going to get smarter and smarter. And that's essentially what most of the significant cryptocurrencies that I would recommend being educated on, because remember, this is not financial advice, it's education.
Right.
But again, knowledge is what?
Power.
So if knowledge of this gives you the one thing that can keep a community down is limiting what?
The knowledge.
limiting access. That's the only thing. You'll hear a lot of things even about the African American community, and you hear words like bootstraps and pulling yourself up and all of these different narratives. But during the month of February, you hear all of the things that Black people have invented, refrigerators and microwaves, and then you understand how patents work. And then you say, wait a minute, if we're only 11% of the population and we invented all of this stuff, if those dollars were in our community, how do Jewish people own, European Jews, not just Jewish people in general, European Jews own so much of what is patented out here? If we're the inventors of so many things, just money being in our community solves certain problems. Say access. You can have skill, you can have understanding, but if you don't have access, then you're not a part of what's going on. But with cryptocurrency, it don't know you not Asian, it don't know you not Caucasian, don't know you not African, it don't know. This gives you access. It puts you on an even playing field. What I invest today is the same thing as what Martin invests. I don't care if Martin is white, I don't care if Martin is Asian, none of that matters. So this gives you access. So we're educating you on how to have access. That's the only thing the enemy can use, is what you don't know. Why do people perish? Lack of what?
Knowledge.
Knowledge.
What you don't know. If you know, you can do better. Maya Angelou told us that. So technology, what does this tech do? Well, with the Theta token, because that's the example that we're using, that Theta token gives you access to, when you do something called staking, kind of like mining, but you can stake a coin. And when you stake a coin, it'll give you a sister coin. So it'll pay you dividends, so to speak. So Theta gives you something called T-Fuel. If I stake 1,000, you got to have a baseline of 1,000. If I have 1,000 Theta and I stake that 1,000 Theta, I can get 450 T-Fuel. Now, when T-Fuel was 1 penny, it's like, okay, I'm getting $1.40. I'm getting $1.40 every 2 weeks from staking. But when Theta went up and hit an all-time high of $15, and T-Fuel went up and it was around 50, 60 cents, 150 of those 50 and 60 cents start to add up. That's exponential growth. So you're not just gaining from the asset you have, you're gaining from staking it. Now, why would they give a staking reward? What's the benefit of that?
I have no idea.
They're trying
get
to
it out there on the
increase their-
market.
Say that again?
Trying to get it out there on the market, the more people that stake it.
Yes, because when you stake it, they have something called proof of stake. And again, I don't want to get that deep into the terminology until you guys go into proof of stake, proof of work. No, these are all later on conversations. But just to introduce the ideas to you guys, when you stake it, you can become something called a node. Now, remember, the node is the thing. Anybody have Comcast
No.
or AT&T?
No.
Yeah.
Or any internet service?
Yeah.
So a lot of times, if you're hardwired to broadband, the quality of your service is not based on how many megs, how fast you sign up for. They might tell you can get up to 60, 120, 300 megs per second, and you test it and you get 35. Does that ever happen to anybody? They're supposed to get one speed, and then they test their speed and it was slower?
Yes, sir.
Because everybody shares a loop. And so the thing that controls your speed first is how close you are to, you ever see that thing at the end of your driveway sometime? It's called a hub. It's a little, it'll have AT&T on it, or it have Comcast on it. It's a little bump. It's that somebody that might be in your driveway, might be in your neighbor's driveway, might be at the end of the road. Here's the secret. How close you are to that hub determines the maximum level of internet speed you'll have, because that's what we call a node. So if your closeness to the node determines the quality of your internet, if that determines how your internet works, and you can become a node by staking, that means instead of going all the way to Texas, where the company exists, and getting your internet from them, and it traveling all the way back up here, because you all of that electricity, all of that has to be paid for. That's what you see, all those fees on your bill. You're like, wait a minute, why my cable bill going up? They're not just, well, sometimes they're not just us. Sometimes they're charging you for all of what's going on to get that internet to you. And the more people that utilize it, the more money it costs you. Well, just imagine if instead of going to Texas, I can go to Martin's house and anything he's not using, let's say he has 400 megs per second and he's only using 15 because he's just writing emails on Yahoo. He's not gaming, he's not doing anything like that. So I can borrow from him because he's right down the street, or he's in Detroit. He's a couple cities over. So it might cost me $13 for a tracker section in Texas, but to go to Martin's house, it might just be 35 cents. And so they just made the cost of internet cheaper for YouTube. So if it's cheaper for YouTube, and let's say Crystal or Deborah has a YouTube channel, and because she's using the Theta network, now she doesn't have to pay all of that money, so she can get paid more money for doing YouTube videos. So it makes the value of everything increase. So what Theta does, it allows you to share excess broadband. It allows you to share your internet speed, essentially. So what problem does it solve? What does that solve for you as the user? If the internet faster, who has an iPhone 12 Pro Max? Who has the newest technology?
I do.
So your iPhone 12 Pro Max, if you stream a YouTube video or a video on your phone and upload it to YouTube, your technology is too advanced. It'll grayscale it out. YouTube can't handle your phone. It's too advanced.
Really?
It can't handle. It can't handle 8K. It'll grayscale it out. So the platform that deal in internet can't handle the technology where it is. And because Theta allows you to share that speed, it makes it faster. It allows you to have larger files. So guess what? It can handle it. You hear stuff like 1080p, and I don't want to go into all of the pixelations and all of that, but it can handle bigger files. So that means you can upload state-of-the-art graphics from your phone to your platform now, whether it's YouTube or whatever you're using. Let's say you're a pastor and you wanna use Zoom, and you notice it's a little blurry and it's a little fuzzy and it's a little hard to hear, and they can solve some of those problems for you. So just imagine if you could be an investor in Microsoft when it was $5 and $10. Because you've already seen what happened with Microsoft. So you have the newest technology like Theta and XRP and Cardano and all of these coins you're going to hear, alternative coins that solve some type of problem. They eliminate fees. They give you access to internet unabridged. It gives you speed. It gives you all of these different factors that makes your technology used better. And so because it solves these problems, you're saying, you know what, now that I'm educated on what this does, I believe in this project. And because I believe in this project, I'm going to invest in this project. So what we're teaching you guys is to be conscious of what you're doing. If you're conscious of what you're doing, you'll understand, okay, this coin, the last time they upgraded it, did a 5X. What's a 5X? Who can tell me that, or am I going on here?
Well, I can't.
5 times as much. That's all it is. So 5X just means 5 times. If I say 10X, I put in $100 and times 10 is what I got out.
Hey, spell that one you just got through talking about.
THETA. And guess what? When we talked the last class, you had to use an exchange. You couldn't get it. You couldn't get it on Coinbase. But guess what? You can get it on Exodus Wallet now. They just added it. So after the new update, you'll be able to buy Theta on the Exodus Wallet. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm gonna tell you what's available to you. And because of this dip, everything on sale right now.
Let me ask you, what is what would be the best? We got all these different wallets. I mean, can you have more than one wallet? Or do you just
have
want
to.
one wallet?
No, you definitely want to have more than one wallet. And we'll get into this. So there are different types of wallet. There are hard wallets, there are soft wallets, and they mean different things. You got wallets on your phone, you got wallets on your computer, but your security is important. So your phone can be hacked. And I'll talk to Essie and I'll upload some different things that can make the wallet on your phone a lot safer. There are certain protocols you need to have in place to make sure no one can hack into your phone and steal your crypto, because hackers can do it. They know what they're doing. So that's one of the things we're going to talk about probably in the next session. I'll talk to Essie and I'll try to upload it to your homework. These are fundamental. There's some fundamental things you got to know when you're getting started. And one of those fundamental things you have to know when you're getting started is how to keep your money safe. I keep looking over because I have two Zooms, the video you're watching and then my phone. So I see myself looking over, but you don't know what I'm doing after. Oh, one of the main things you have to know is my asset safe? So let's go back. I don't want to go too far. We have three things. What's the fourth thing? We talked about what? Let's go down the list. What's number one?
Who's on the board?
Who's on the board? Number two.
Utility.
Utility. Okay, what's number three?
Technology.
Technology. Okay. Number four. And again, there's more than these, but again, I don't want to overwhelm you guys. So I'm gonna just baby step you guys into each of these. Number four, market cap. If you look at the crypto of the day, and I haven't looked at, I'm just going off the PowerPoint. Off the PowerPoint, what does it say? Total supply for Ethereum. This was part of your homework. It said Ethereum launched in 2015. It is an open source blockchain-based decentralized software platform used for its own cryptocurrency, Ether, also known as ETH. You guys had to learn that the ticker, that's the ETH is how we identify Ethereum. That's called the ticker. And she has the total supply. There's no cap, no supply cap. What does that mean?
Unlimited?
Unlimited? Yeah. No.
It's unlimited. So the problem with the unlimited supply cap, and again, this is only problem depending on what you're doing with the token. With the unlimited supply cap, you're going to have the same problem that you have with the US dollar. You could just print more and more and more of it. Now, again, some coins, there's a good utility to not have a supply cap. Remember, we talked about Ethereum? I mean, not Ethereum, but Theta. Theta gives away something called T-Fuel. And although Theta has a supply cap of however many billion tokens, that means there's no more of that token that will ever be created. And that's important because as something becomes scarce, what does it increase in? Value. So because of its rarity, it's increasing in value. That's what's happening with Bitcoin, because they can't create, or you can't create anymore. It can be destroyed, but it can be created. Ethereum, according to your PowerPoint, your homework, doesn't have a supply cap. Now, understand they're rolling out 2.0, 3.0, and they're adjusting these things because they want to flip Bitcoin and become the main coin, because everything's already, you can trade everything on the Ethereum blockchain. So it's already a centralized coin. It's all, not, when I say centralized, I don't mean I'm not kind of centralization. I'm saying it's just it already has a lot of utility. Everybody's using Ethereum for the Ethereum blockchain. So without a supply cap, it allows, if mining is taking place, you can just create more of it, and that becomes problematic. So with coins like Theta that we talked about, they have the gas token, T-Fuel that we talked about, and that doesn't have a cap, but it allows them, if let's say they're giving away for staking, you get 140 every 2 weeks, and it goes up to $5. Well, that price is going to go down. The T-Fuel token is not going to be $5 if they keep printing more of it. So what are they going to do? There's a concept called burning a token. You can burn a token, and that eliminates the amount of token that's available. And they can add a supply cap at a certain point. So they do that because they don't want to run out of T-Fuel, because remember, T-Fuel is the reward for staking. When you stake, it allows us to share and become nodes. So you want to have nodes, because the more nodes you have, the more utility it has. And like I said, you're solving the problems that the platforms are having. Now your YouTube can handle technology because of this essential technology. That's what makes it valuable. So each altcoin should solve a technological problem. If it solves a technological problem, it's going to be there for the long haul. One of the reasons I like XRP is because it can solve differentials. Anybody have calculus? I know what differentials are. Well, even if you don't, because again, I'm not trying to teach you guys what differentials are. Can you guys still see my face, or did my video go out?
We can see.
Okay,
I got a question for you though.
go ahead.
Were you sharing something? Because if you were, I missed all of it.
Yes, I was sharing the PowerPoint with you guys,
Okay.
but some people said it was causing problems with you guys being able to see me and see each other, and I didn't want you guys to not be able to see me. So I'm going through, but it's basically your homework, what you guys have already gone over. So you're already versed in it. I didn't give you guys my introduction, did I? So for those of you who attend church with me and SE, you already know I'm Brother Roger. That's who I am, relative to you guys. But for those of you in the professional world who want to know, okay, how do you know about these cryptocurrency and what validates your education in this? I'm gonna tell you 2 different ways. The first way is not as significant as it's gonna sound. If we look at my credentials, I have an undergrad in philosophy and psychology, but my master's degree is in business administration. And I'm all but dissertation for a doctor of management and organizational leadership. So as far as business is concerned and finance courses, I have college education for all of that. And I'm gonna tell you that has nothing to do with what I know about cryptocurrency. It sounds good on paper, it looks good. It means I know how to do research, which is good because that's essential. But the research quality is the best thing I have for any of that. The thing that taught me about cryptocurrency is what I did with it. And the reason why Etsy trusts me is because the very coin we were talking about, Theta, I came to Etsy, we were still in church. This was before COVID popped off really heavy. And I said, Etsy, I've been in crypto because I knew about Etsy, and she had been teaching me about day trading and the Forex. And I said, well, what do you know about these cryptocurrencies? And so at the time I bought an Ethereum, just one, just to buy it, just to have it. I paid about $128. That's all it cost back then. I know some of you guys looking like, what? It was $4,000. It's $2,000, almost $3,000 now. It was $128 when I bought it. But at the time, I also told her about this Theta token. And the same token that I'm telling you guys about that hit that all-time high of $15 and settled around 10, it dipped, it's still at 7. Like I said, everything's on sale. With that, I told Etsy to check out this coin. I said, I believe in, I told her a couple different things about it. She's like, okay, I'll look into it. That coin at the time was around 10, 17 cents. I came back to Essie when it hit 70 cents, like, hey, I've seen some pretty good return with this coin and I believe in the project. Came back again probably when it was about $1, like, Essie, this coin is really picking up. At that time, she's like, wow, it went from 70 cents to $1. What's the name of this coin? How do I get it? You know, I don't know at that point how much Essie got or if she got into it later on. But as it kept going up, when it hit $7, I'm like, Essie, understand exponential growth. If you purchase 100, if I had my Jamboard, I do the math with you guys. I don't like doing math over Zoom. It's just not as interesting as it should be. But if you purchase $100 worth, remember my brother I was telling you about, he bought that dent. His $100 got him $6,000. Well, my $100 got me a few $1,000s. Not nearly the same. You know, so this is where I started. Entry points matter. This dip was so significant, and this dip didn't happen because Bitcoin lost value. Who knows why the market dipped? Anybody read the news and figured out why the market dipped? Who knows who it is? Anybody heard of him? Just nod your head if you heard of Elon Musk.
Yeah, Elon
I heard
Musk.
the name.
So Elon Musk. Does anybody know Elon Musk? Martin?
I heard the name before.
Isn't he the creator of Tesla?
You can Tesla. What else you know about him?
He backs Dogecoin or Dogecoin.
Yep.
Um,
Elon Musk. Go ahead, keep going.
No, that's fine.
No, I want the feedback. So Elon Musk, let me tell you, he's super wealthy. He made a lot of money. He made some risky investments and he made out pretty good on his investments. So Elon Musk, hold on, I'm trying to see something. There we go. So Elon Musk did something where he announced that he will be backing Bitcoin as a currency to purchase Teslas. And you guys remember back in, was it January? Don't quote me on the timelines. I'm just giving you the story, not necessarily the timeline. So Bitcoin went to $64,000 and everybody was like, yes, it doubled, it tripled in price. It went from 20 to 30 to 40 to 50 to 60. And one Bitcoin was worth 60 something thousand dollars. And everybody who was in cryptocurrency was ecstatic because as the market leader goes, guess what? All of the altcoins did. They follow suit. So your coin that was 20 cents and you bought, if you have $1, you can get 5 of those coins. That coin went to $2. Exponential growth. And so because Elon Musk did that, Elon Musk also tweeted about Dogecoin. Understand, Dogecoin don't have the utility, it don't solve the problems. It was created as a joke. And all he did was tweet it. And everybody who followed him, because he's an influencer, bought some. And what happened when they bought it? It went up in price. So everybody who got in when it was 0.0001 cent had $10,000, $20,000. And a lot of them realized this is a marketed thing. This is not based on value. So anybody who's in cryptocurrency, seriously, when it hit a peak, decided to sell. If you talk to Bishop Jackson, what are you going to tell you to do along the way? I'm going to tell you all. He's going to say, take profits along the way. Because you don't know what's going to happen. Everybody want to tell you, buy more, but they don't know how the market is going to turn. The reason why the market can turn is because people can manipulate the markets. How did he manipulate the market? He came back and said, because in order to mine it, it takes so much electricity, it's not good for the greenhouse effect. It's not good for your green footprint. So I'm no longer backing it, which it drops from 60 back to 30 because people are like, oh no, it's just lost its utility, its biggest backer. I'm gonna tell you several things. When it dips, that's when you buy it. That's just a rule. And the only time that rule won't work is if the market crashes. But remember, we already talked about the fiat dollar and how pumping out more of it will cause it to crash. So if the US dollar crashed, Bitcoin is more likely to go up. So unless every financial thing crashes and we're in anarchy, which again, at that point, even if you had gold, somebody's going to want to steal it. Like if we're in anarchy, we're in anarchy. You're taking risks no matter what. But unless it crashed, what goes up what comes down must go right back up. So there's an acronym that we use called FUD. Write that down, FUD. And this is what happens in markets. It happens in the stock market too. It stands for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Now, as a standard rule, everybody knows buy low, sell high. That's how you make money in any market. Doesn't matter if it's the crypto market, it doesn't matter if it's stock exchange, it doesn't matter what it is. You buy it when it's cheap, you sell it when it has value. That's what Apostle means when you say take profits along the way. Or you ever heard Bishop say this? Don't eat your seed. Anybody ever heard that?
What'd you say?
You ever heard Bishop say, don't eat your seed?
Yes.
Y'all don't treat this like, I'm gonna tell you what my mom did. She didn't really want to become educated about it. She was like, my sons are in this and they're doing good. They're making a lot of money. My husband is in this. He's doing good. He's making huge returns on his investment. And so she said, look, you guys know what you're doing. Here's $500. I downloaded this app. I want you to choose 5 coins for me. And I'll just watch it. And this is my mom. So of course, anybody knows me, whatever mom needs, you're not one of my clients. You're not in my classes. You're my mom. Whatever you want, I got you. So I chose 5 coins for her. A coin called Digibyte, because I knew the technology of Digibyte. Digibyte, do you guys know that Dogecoin crashed at one point? Dogecoin got so popular, it couldn't handle the transactions and it crashed. Digibyte its technology is a security. It's a secure coin. It's just a really solid coin. It cannot be cracked. And because of its utility, they use Digibyte to fix Dogecoin. So if Digibyte is 4 cents right now, and Dogecoin is 60 cents, but Dogecoin is all smoke and mirrors, and there's a utility behind Digibyte, which coin long-term, not saying should you purchase, I'm saying long-term sounds like it would have long-term hold value. Digibyte. But if it's 4 cents, how many of them can you own?
I don't know.
Whole lot. You put in $500, you're gonna have a lot of Digibyte at 4 cents. What about when it goes back, when the market goes back up and it's 16 cents? And you bought a whole bunch of them, or if it goes to 20 cents and you bought a whole bunch of them at 4 cents. That's how you see exponential growth. So I got her some Digibyte. I got her some, I didn't get her Doge XRP on this wallet. I got her someplace else, but I got her some, I got this wallet was just for her to look at and learn how the markets move. And so I got her a token for something called NFTs, non-fungible tokens. I'm not going to go into all of that, but basically a graphic can become patented now, so to speak, with a cryptocurrency, and you'll own it. That's the short, oversimplified version of an NFT. That's not the true definition. We'll get into that later. But because they're leading the way in music, I knew it had good utility, so I got her some of that. I got her some Dogecoin only because it was popular. I put $100 on Dogecoin. I put $100 on VET, called VChain. It's a, anybody work at the shop or ever worked at a shop? You guys know about supply chains. VChain is a technology that can track supply chains flawlessly. So it eliminates, if you work at a shop, it's an essential technology. And that's the oversimplified version, but that's what it does. So we live in a manufacturing world, so I knew it had potential. And so, like I said, I'm naming the technologies and the utilities of these coins because that's what matters. Has it been around? Its age also matters. But again, you want to take higher risk. Does that make sense? Again, you don't want all risk. I have, like I said, some coins like XRP, Egypt is using it. It's not going away. When all of Egypt is using it, you got to know it's not about to go away. So that's going to be what you call a long hold. ADA, you guys said you didn't know about XRP. I'm going to tell you, your homework was chapter 4 and 5. Who looked at chapter 4 and 5?
This
And
our
what-
second, Roger, this our second class, and I think 4 and 5 is what we're gonna do after we done with,
Yeah,
right?
that's today.
Oh,
Yes,
that's the,
yeah.
okay. I'm sorry. I misunderstood that. Thank you so much for that. Well, I've talked to you guys so much about XRP. When you do your homework, she's going to tell you to research Ripple. Ripple is the network, just like the Ether token is the coin you buy, but it's on the Ethereum blockchain. Ripple is that to XRP. XRP is the what did I say, the 3-digit, the 3-letter acronym, but it's not always 3 letters, but what did I call that? The ticker, you guys remember that? That's from your homework today, the crypto of the day, Ethereum. So the ticker for is XRP. So you hear me talking about XRP. I'm sorry, I saw it in you guys' homework for today, and I assumed you guys already knew about it. So that's why I kept throwing it out. I apologize.
XRP
Well,
is for Ripple.
Yep,
Oh,
they're
that's the ticker.
connected.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep. So they're used interchangeably, but they're not the same thing. One is the platform, and the other is the token. You'll understand that when you do your homework for today.
Okay.
I know we're throwing
Roger.
a lot. Am I overwhelming you guys?
A little bit.
You can be.
Little
I
bit.
got a question.
Who had a question? Go ahead.
I do. Can you repeat what FUD stands for? You froze a little bit. So I got fear, but not the U and the D and what that stands for.
Uncertainty and doubt.
Okay.
Fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So when the markets get scared because
Thank
of
you.
news, when things come out like Elon Musk is no longer using Bitcoin, when he says stuff like that, the markets, the retail investors, not investors like you. You're a researcher. You're not a retail investor. We are not educating you to be a retail investor. If you want, you can just YouTube what's popular if you want to be a retail investor. We're trying to educate you so you can be empowered so that you will be able to have access. Because that's the only thing you're missing from being great. You already get from having your resources be as great as you are. Let me say that. Because it's not just an opportunity, it's an even playing field. And again, there are communities that have never had access to an even playing field financially. This solved that problem for some of those communities. So let me keep going. Who had another question? I want to answer the questions. I know I'm going on. It's a lot of content I'm trying to get out. No more questions? Okay. So what fear and doubt uncertainty does to the market? Retail investors, when they get scared, oh no, I'm losing my money, and they sell off what they have. I put in $5, it went up to $50, it's down to $30. Let me get out and take my profit. And don't feel bad if you take profits, but understand what just happened. Dependent, and that's why I use the term long holds, or we call it HODL, HODL. If you hear the term HODL, that means hold on for dear life. There are certain coins that, for me, are HODL coins. Theta. I believe that one day Theta could flip Ethereum. This is just my belief. This is not recommendations. This is just what I believe because of what the technology does. So if it has that potential, I don't want to sell even if it goes up to $50. Let's say it goes up to $50. I got it at 10 cents. And by the end of the year, I'm a crypto millionaire. Would I want to sell right there and take my millions? Well, I've made it, I've arrived. It depends on your goal. So I'm gonna tell you the most important thing you can do in crypto. And this is the first thing. This should have been the first thing I said today. You got to establish your goals. If your goal is to say, I need $2 million so that I can, because I want to get, I don't want to be a long-term investor. And I'm not saying you should not want, you should definitely be diversified and you should have your storehouses full. This is a storehouse. This should not be your only storehouse. I believe you should definitely be diversified, but you need to set your goal. I want to hit X amount so I can buy, let's say, you guys know I'm into music. Let's say I want to have my own production studio. So I can do music, I can do video just like my bishop. You know, he owns a network. It only makes sense that his sons have access to some. If let's say he needs content, if I had a production studio, I can do business with my bishop. If I don't have access, he might like me, but I don't have a seat at the table because I don't have nothing to bring. So you wanna first set your goal. That's the number one thing you should do, is set your goal. What do I want to achieve? Until you set your goal, you don't know your entry point, you don't know your exit strategy. Second thing you need, what's my exit strategy? How do I get out? And when I say get out, I'm never recommending that anybody sells all of what they have. Let's say you get 10,000 Theta. Even if you sell off 5,000 and hold the other 5, because you never know. Let's say it's at $300. It might dip back down to $50, but it might also go to $3,000. You know, so never eat your seed. Never eat your seed. Understand. You said what? Who said? Go ahead.
Be quiet.
Somebody's talking? Okay, maybe that was a fluke. So never eat your seed. Now, the other thing you want to do, you want to make sure you do this. This is essential. You got to have an exit strategy. Once you get beyond $10,000, some of you guys say you use Cash App. Cash App has limited it even further to where you can only send, I think, $2,000. It didn't always be this $2,000 out. So I tried to make a transaction. I realized I was limited. All I could move was $2,000 on Cash App. What if the market peaks for a coin I have and it goes to $100,000 and I can only move $2,000 at a time? And I'm trying to hit my goal. So you got to know your exit strategy. You got to know, okay, I need a broker. Okay, I need this. And you got to know, and again, we're going to walk you through these different things because it's certain levels of wealth. I mean, even if you have it, it will be terrible for you to have it and not be able to access it. And then the market drop and you never took profits. So that's why Bishop always take profits along the way. Don't eat your seed. Don't take it all. But along the way, you want to fill some other storehouses too. So that's all. You always want to retain value in whatever you're doing. Is this helping anybody?
Yes,
Yes.
definitely.
Yeah, I got a question.
Go ahead.
You're talking about the other cryptocurrencies that are out there. My question is, what is it that you can use to where you'll be able to see and look at the market of these different cryptocurrencies so you can make your own decision
Yes.
what you want to get into? Because like I have Coinbase, right?
Yep.
And so I have, I bought into some Bitcoin and I bought into some Ethereum,
Mhm.
but it doesn't, unless I'm doing something wrong, I'm not able to see all the other cryptocurrencies that are out there, and you know the highs and the lows and the things like that. So you're talking about the other cryptocurrencies. My question is, what platform or what is it that we could use to where we can view all these different currencies, to where we can see where they're going and the dip and all that kind of stuff? Because you talking about that other kind of stuff, I'm looking at where the heck do I go to see all of that?
So I'm gonna tell you, you already have half the problem solved, and you don't even know it. So specifically with Coinbase, most of the I'm gonna have you guys download something. I don't want to throw out too many things because I don't want to step on Essie's toes as far as what she's already taught you guys. And we're gonna merge a lot of the classroom together. So I'll be coming on regularly with you guys. There are different things you can do to view your different coins when you get that far. A lot of you are not that far yet. So there's something just off the top of my head, Coin Market Cap. And you can put in potentials, or you can put in actual. Let's say you have 100,000 digibyte because you got it at 5. So watch the value of your digibyte goes up. So if it goes to 20 cents, you'll see, oh wow, I started off and I only had $1,000 worth. Now this is worth $8,000. Wow. Now it's at $1. Now it's exponentially, you're seeing your growth. So when you have multiple coins, because I probably have 30 coins now. So I can't, but even on Coinbase, what you do, we just got to teach you how to use the technology. You already got it. If they have the coins you like, they have little stars by them. Even some points like XRP, you can't. So that's what we'll do. We'll do a tutorial next time, and we'll walk you through your Coinbase and teach you guys how to set it up, how to open it up, how to put stars by it so you can watch the coins you like, whether it's going up. When you see it dip down, oh, this was 20 cents and it dropped down to 6 cents. I need to put $300 on this right now because I got $300. I already paid my bills. I put my tithe, my offering, whatever I'm gonna do, my giving. I did all that, but I'm gonna invest in myself. I'm gonna invest in my storehouse. He said it would be full with plenty, and I got room for it to grow. So I'm gonna put $300 in this coin at 6 cents right now. And then the next day, when when that coin catch traction, and you're like, wow, it went to 12 cents. I got $600. It's only been 24 hours. You never get that at the bank. You never get that at the bank. That's not how it works. So then you start to understand how they work. And then that's the important diversity. Now you definitely want to set targets. That's why I said, know your goal. You might say, you know what, I'm gonna wait till I get 10,000 of this. This is my long hold coin, and I only have so much time. It's gonna keep going up because I see the contracts. I'm watching YouTube videos. It's gaining contracts over in Somalia. It's gaining contracts with Sony. Oh, that's the other thing, contracts. Remember, I gave you 4 already. That's the 5th thing. Contracts. What contracts it holds? If you have a contract with Sony or Samsung or any brand names that you know, you automatically know this is millions of people have access to this technology or to these brands. Like these are household names. That's one of the reasons I love Theta so much. Samsung is a monster in television. Vizio. If I can recognize the brand name, I know these are heavy hitters. Sony. So when it has contracts, you understand it's already being utilized. Its technology is already being used. So with your Coinbases and with your coin markets caps and with your trust wallets and there's a lot of wallets. I probably have 15. Most of my phone apps are wallets. I used to have games. Now I'd rather look at my money. It's more important. But then after that, for some of my bigger holds, I don't keep my data on my phone. I don't want that hacked. That's too valuable. So I have what's called a hard wallet. That's completely decentralized. The government wouldn't even know where to look to find that. And no, I'm not keeping secrets from the government. I'm definitely not telling you to do that. I'm just saying it's decentralized. So they don't have access. I do, but they don't. Where'd I leave off? What was I saying before before you asked that question, Brother Martin?
I don't know.
I was going someplace before we deal with that. So we talked. Well, I'm gonna go back to your lesson. Our mindset. This is what Essie had, and then I'm gonna chime off of that. The power of positive thinking. Let's start with a little secret. You can do and accomplish anything that you think or say you can, or anything you say you can or can't do. You will. And she has a scripture, Matthew 15:11. It's not that what comes out of the mouth that goes into the mouth that defiles a person, but what comes out of a mouth.
Right.
He's saying you're not defiled by what you're putting in your mouth. And I think that scripture is referencing, Mr. Martin, you teach catechism, so you can help me out with this if I'm wrong.
Okay.
It's not what you eat, about talking about things that were clean and unclean, right?
Right.
And it's not what go into your mouth that's defiling you with
Right.
God.
Right.
But what you say, the Bible
Right.
say, what Bishop always say, you should have what you say. So if you're like, oh no, I'm losing money, right, you are losing it.
Right.
But if you look at it like, hey, understand the cycle. I've been in this 6 months. I've been in it. I've seen it go down. I've seen it go up. I'm not an emotional investor. Some of y'all, because y'all new, need to purchase it and not look at it. Just close your app for a few weeks until you're ready to invest again. And look at, okay, the coins I've been looking at, of the 5 coins I've been looking at, 3 of them are down. I'm going to buy low. Or remember we talked about set a goal? Let's say XRP. I want 500 XRP might be the goal. Once I hit 500 XRP, I'm at 500 Cardano. I heard Brother Hill that Cardano might flip Ethereum because it doesn't have transaction fees. I can see how if it becomes the new Ethereum $4,000. That means this could be $4,000. I'm gonna get 500 of that. Once you get 500, you might be like, you know what? It dipped down some more. I'm gonna buy the dip. I'm gonna make it 1,000 because now it's only 20 cents. Or, lower from what it is. I think Cardano right now is 170 something. So that's why I'm saying 20 cents. It likely won't drop down that far because even with the market dipping, it's at 174.
I got another question.
Up from 60 cents. Go ahead.
All right. So you saying because when you was talking, I was just doing some research because I got a laptop over here too, and that's where I got my Coinbase at. I have it down. I have it on my laptop. So you saying if I start some things, it'll give me the trends and so on and so forth, or how I can look at it.
Yeah. So everybody, let's do that now. If you have a wallet like Coinbase or Voyager or Trust Wallet, you can star a particular, and they all work the same. So everybody who have any wallet whatsoever, go ahead and star XRP, since you got to do some research on it anyway. I think Bitcoin is automatically starred, but if not, go ahead and star it. Ethereum is still cheap enough for you to own one. A lot of people can't purchase the Bitcoin, or not without making major moves. You can, but you might have to move some money around to do it. But you can amass a couple $1,000s and own an Ethereum without making major moves. It might, depending on your financial situation, it might take you more time to do it. Oh, I have 5% on my computer. So if I have to switch over to my phone, I will. But I'm sitting outside so I can talk to you guys without the children interacting and you guys wondering about that background noise. So I might have to switch over to my phone momentarily because my video is at 5%. Go ahead and star XRP. I'm looking at y'all to see if y'all pushing buttons because I want to.
Hey, what is the
The
full,
ticker?
yeah, what is the full name of XRP?
If you type in XRP, it'll come up. It's Ripple.
Ripple, okay.
If you type in Ripple, XRP should come up. If you type in XRP, Ripple should come up.
All right.
I've been talking a while. I need some water, guys.
I got it. I have to leave, and I'll just listen to the rest of the recording. Thank you for the information.
Okay, who am I talking to? Who's
Dolores.
All right. We'll see you soon, Dolores.
Yep. Take care.
Take care. So this is what I want you guys to do. Go ahead and star these coins. XRP. Cardano. ADA. I'm gonna give you the ticker. ADA. I'm just gonna give you 3 or 4 to look at.
ADA.
And put a star by it.
Okay.
You guys got it?
And I'm sorry, what was the other one?
So we did ADA, we did XRP.
Okay, and what's the other one? You said ADA?
Yep.
All right, hold on.
It should come up under Cardano. I'm about to look at my Coinbase and just feed you guys a couple. Litecoin, LTC, and I think on Coinbase, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin automatically are starred.
Well, those are automatically started on mine because I have the Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Okay.
So those are automatically started on mine.
I want you guys to look at Digibyte and Theta.
Okay, so what is the name? Well, you said I can search it.
Digibyte is DGB. Theta is its actual name, THETA. You got to type in Theta for Theta.
THETA?
THETA. I'm gonna give you one more after Digibyte and Theta. One of them I talked about already. VET, VeChain.
So they got Theta Fuel and the regular Theta not traded. Can you do both of those?
Yeah, you can look at T-Fuel too. Now that's the gas token I was telling you guys about.
Okay.
That's what you get if you stake your Theta. So if you have 1,000 Theta and you stake it, and we'll walk you guys through that too.
Okay.
You guys got it? You got Theta, and what else did I say? VeChain, VET is the VET. So is everybody on Coinbase? Are you guys using the same thing? Did Essie tell you guys about Coinbase?
Well, she had mentioned it, but I had already had Coinbase for a minute. I had Coinbase probably
Crystal,
for about.
I'm looking at your face. Do you have Coinbase?
I do not have Coinbase yet.
Download Coinbase so you can know what we're talking about. Sometimes seeing is believing.
Mm-hmm. So I go to the App Store to download that?
Yep. At least and
Right,
again, you're gonna get some more over time, but that's a good start. Everybody download Coinbase.
Oh, okay, because I had an Exodus wallet.
Oh, if you got Exodus, that's fine. And you can use them both.
Oh,
But
okay.
you know, because I'm telling you guys about how to start, you'll be able to look at it. Even if you're not looking at your money you have in that wallet, you can look on your Coinbase and just see how, like, when you start looking at it regularly, you know, okay, I bought some VeChain, I bought it on Exodus wallet. So even if you look at it on your Coinbase, you know, if it was 16 cents yesterday, you know when it go to $2, you made a lot of money. So you're not gonna really care which wallet you're looking at it on. But it's easy to organize it. My son's doing something. It's easy to organize it, you know, if we're all using the same thing. It's just it's
Hey,
a platform everybody can
didn't
use.
you say Cardano too?
Yep, that's ADA. Write this down, Crystal, since you just now downloading. You got XRP, because you're gonna have the 3 major ones automatically. So XRP, ADA, DGB, Theta, and what was the 5th one I gave you guys?
VeChain?
And VeChain, VET.
And was it something Litecoin?
Litecoin is gonna automatically be on there.
Okay.
You said VET?
Yep, that's VeChain.
Can we talk about not using Gmail and Yahoo to sign up for these?
Share this knowledge. I don't know.
So those are like the first emails that could be hacked. So what you would want to do is like use a secure email address like Proton Mail.
So so I use something called Brave. I don't even use the same like you guys use Google Chrome and different things. I use something called Brave because it's super secure. So any transactions I use Brave. And yes, there's actually something you need to download on your phone, but I'm gonna save that for the next class because I haven't spoken to Essie about it. And like I said, I don't want to overwhelm you. I want to put it in the classroom first so you can look at it. And then when we talk about it, you'll have a point of reference. Because just until everybody download Coinbase, I'm just saying words. And you need to be able to look at it and have a point of reference. And if you put $50, $100 in it, and you see the market go up and you see it go down, it becomes real to you. It's not just me talking about a thing. Like, no, I'm telling you, when you see your money make money, you get smart in math. A lot of people think they're not good in math. They ain't made enough money.
Could I ask you, is it good to put Coinbase on your phone and your laptop or just one?
So once you have it, it's on both. You just have to log into it on the other one because it has a login. Right. Especially, I prefer using my Exodus wallet on my MacBook Pro because it's more secure than your phone. Your phone can be hacked easier. But like I said, there's something I'm gonna have you guys download on your phone to keep your phone safe.
Oh, okay.
But again, right now, y'all not.
Exodus on my laptop.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a better place. Your laptop's more secure. But again, even with that, knowing how to purchase on there, like you should use Brave or some other type of
Brave or Rave.
Explorer. You said what?
Brave or Rave.
BRAVE. It's like an emblem of a lion.
Okay.
Okay, that was my question. And then what was the other one, Michelle, that you mentioned?
Proton Mail.
Okay.
Also look at BTT. I'm sorry, I'm just giving y'all my several that I think have long-term viability. You can even get some, like I said, if you get Dodge, that's great. Like, let me finish telling you a story. So even with my mom, I bought her some Dodge, not because of its utility, but because of its marketability. If anything in your portfolio goes up, your money went up. So if you have a diversified portfolio, that's always going to benefit you. You want to have, can you guys hear me? It looks like my screen is frozen. I'm looking at it on my phone and there it is.
Yeah, they freeze a little bit, but we can still hear you.
Okay. Well, it's going to break again just because, like I said, I have 2% on this. But again, I only have 15 minutes left. So I want to save some time for Q&A. But diversifying your portfolio is always good. Just know what you're doing. Know if it's risky, it's a high reward, but you could lose everything in a Dogecoin. You get in Dogecoin and it's at 50 cents, it could drop to 3 cents tomorrow. It could. Doesn't mean it will. And the reality is Elon Musk could tweet and say it's trash and everybody would dump it. Or he could tweet and say it's gold and it could go to $2. So it's not like the coins I'm telling you guys about. It's a marketed coin. But I'm not telling you don't get some. I'm just saying know what you're getting if you get some. There's another coin called Shiba Inu. It's 0.000018, something super low. They have people like Snoop Dogg tweeting about it. So guess what I did? Not because I believe in the technology, but because I saw what happened with Dogecoin and I saw how cheap this is, I put a few $100s in it. Not because of its utility, not because of the market cap, not any of that. I didn't pay attention to any of that. I got a risky coin because high risk, high reward. That's the full science behind that. Some of my coins are long holds. Some of them were never intended to be. They are just to add diversity to my. There are some coins I got just because it was a penny coin and I wanted more penny coins. I've been doing this over a year now, but I've seen 10x in some significant coins. I've seen 15x. I've seen 20. I told you what theta was when I got in. So I made more from my investments in these alternative coins than some people's salary jobs are paying with their degrees. So it's when I tell you it's not just a potential opportunity. I'm not talking to you guys about what I think can happen. I'm telling you what I'm doing and the gains I've seen. Now, granted, I could have gotten scared, say, hey, I lost. You could, again, it's how you think, You could think to yourself, I lost $100,000 when the market dipped. Or if you've been in it long enough, when it was $2,000 you put in and it went up to $8,000 and then it dipped back down to $5,000, then it went back up to $10,000. Like you've seen the fluctuations, you realize that's how it moves. You don't have FUD because you've been here and then you're not looking at it like that. So understanding the market volatility, that's why as he put on here, as a man thinketh, how you think, how you understand it. Your understanding is critical. Now, granted, some coins, when they dip down, you are losing money. Like, Dogecoin, if Elon Musk tweets about it negatively, and he's the one who got the value in it in the first place, then you probably did lose a lot of money. So we want to increase and all you're getting, get understanding. Also, are my new people on here? I had 2 new people and I saw them before. One of them I see, Ashaki. If you have any questions about the Canvas system, we can walk you through it. Also, you can set up an appointment with Essie at 15.coachessie.com.
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, I missed the first class and I have a lot of catching up to do.
Okay.
Yeah, this is technically my first class, but thank you.
So, okay, you're not far behind you, and there's another person as well. Let me look and see if I can find them. Melody. Did Melody make it on today? I don't see Melody right now, but it could be my phone. But if you see Melody or if she watches the video, that's for you and Melody. If you're watching this, that's where you can go. If you have questions, I can walk you through it. But in addition to that, you can set up a personal appointment with Coach Essie at 15.coachessie.com.
Yeah, I think it's only 10 people on here.
Okay. How many people do you guys?
10 people.
How many people do you guys typically have?
Might be a little bit more. I think it's only 10 now. I see,
before.
Okay.
Yeah, I see 10 on my screen.
Okay. All right, because I'm down to about 10 to 12 minutes, I don't want to monopolize the conversation. I want to leave some time for Q&A. Did anybody have any specific questions that they wanted answers to? Or just things they had questions about, ideas, concerns?
Yeah, I want to do a rundown. You said XRP, Theta, Theta Fuel, Cardano, VeChain. Was there any more?
Did you get ADA? Did you get Digibyte? DGB,
No, I didn't get that one. Hold on a second.
DGB. Remember, that's when they use to solve Dogecoin's crashing problem.
You said
And I just paused the video.
DGB?
Give me a second. Yep, DGB, Digibyte.
DGB. I don't see.
And
that.
then I'll throw out one more just because you guys seem interested. I just want you to look at different coins at different prices and see how their value move. There's a coin called XLM. And I can get into the history of it later. XLM and XRP. No. XLM and ADA. Maybe XRP too. But XLM and ADA broke specifically off from the Ethereum project. And there's not XRP, ADA and XLM. Also, Uniswap, you may have heard of that coin. It's $28 right now. These are, I'm giving you a lot of information. But
no, I'm sorry, that's the DGB you said it was?
Yep. So some of the founders of Ethereum broke off from Ethereum and thought they could do better. And they solved some of the issues that Ethereum still have. And so their coins are cheaper, but remember, these are the people who gave rise to Ethereum. So XLM specifically, and ADA specifically, and they've solved some of the they've solved some of the fee issues that Ethereum is still having. They've already solved it. So and then they also have contracts overseas. So they're already gaining value. So right now, you see XLM at 44 cents, it's not gonna stay there. I don't guarantee you because we can't make claims like that, but watch, I want you to look at it. That's why I'm giving you, maybe 5 to 8 different coins you can look at in addition to the other 3. So you'll have about 10 coins you're watching and you see how they move. So then when I reference stuff, you have a point of reference. I'm just trying to give you guys points of reference. That's what this is about. Points of reference. Crystal, did you download that?
Who?
I didn't because I was gonna set up the email. I'm gonna set up the email first.
Is that gonna be in the notes, the other emails that we can set up? Because I do
Yes.
have Coinbase, but I have it with the Yahoo. I want to change that.
Okay. Yes, all of the pertinent information will be in the notes and it'll be in the forthcoming. I'm gonna get with Essie and we're gonna break down a lot of this stuff for you guys, and it's gonna be in a classroom.
Okay.
But still do it with me so you can already have a basis of knowledge when you're looking at your notes. You have a point of reference. I want you. That's essential that you have a point of reference. That's what's critical for right now is you having a point of reference.
Yeah, I have the
Okay.
the Coinbase. I got the Exodus, and I think I have something else too. I just hadn't utilized them.
Okay. So some of your homework, I don't know if that was from this coming week or from last week, but she said purchase some cryptocurrency. She didn't tell you which one, I don't think. And then she said
Ethereum.
It was
send some to
Ethereum.
somebody.
It was Ethereum. Yep.
So
But it was
functionality again. What?
It was optional.
I'm gonna tell you it's optional, but no, it's not just optional because in order to know what we're talking about, you got to do it.
Right.
I don't want you to be a bookworm. You could have read a book. If you do it with us, I can say, hey, when you click this, do this. I'm trying to give you a practitioner's guide to cryptocurrency and not just book knowledge. I could rattle off all type of information and it'll go over everybody's head. That would not help anybody. I want you to have value. The coins you're looking at, I'm not gonna tell you what to buy, but if it's in your price range, get a few of them. even if you put the same amount, let's say you put $10 in each of them. I'm not telling you to do that, but if you put $10 in each of them, you would see over the course of a month, okay, my $10 here went to this, my $10 here went to this. Man, if I had put $50 in, this would have done this. Oh man, I would have made $3,000. I made 300. You know, and so when the math is not hard. If I tried to show you the math now, even if you had a background in exponents and you understood time, value, money, and finance, it will bore you because it's not relative. Once you see your $10 turn into $100, you love math. I'm just telling you from experience. Like you understand all of the cycles, you understand the bull markets, all of this stuff. It's not difficult when you see the value of it. It only sounds difficult before you see it. So when we give you homework, please do the homework, because you'll understand like, oh, that's why that was the homework.
Oh, I got another question.
Go ahead.
All right, so Coinbase is a wallet, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's a Coinbase, but it's also exchange. You can buy things on Coinbase, but it's also Coinbase. If you click on a coin like, let me see, what did I tell you guys about? Did I tell you guys about BTT?
I think, yeah, I think I got that up.
So if you look at a coin like BTT, it's 0.0044 cent right now. And if you look at your Coinbase, it'll tell you it's up 9.12%. But I'm gonna tell you, it was way higher than that. If you click on the coin, it'll give you 1 hour, 1 day, 1 week,
Right,
1
right.
month, 1 year. If you
Yeah.
go to the year, you can see it had an all-time high of a penny. It was not a penny. Yeah, a penny. One penny and one penny and 43.
And you
0.0143. So it was basically at a penny. But if you look at it,
I don't think
you
I
said
got
what?
that one. I gotta get that one too.
Okay.
Hold on.
Let me use one you got. I know you guys have Digibyte, right?
Yeah.
So Digibyte is 7 cents right now, going on 8 cents. 0.0788. That's what it is right now. If you look, it had an all-time high of 33 cents. It was 33 cents. So just imagine if this coin that's 4, how much did I say it was?
Which one?
7 cents. Digibyte? If
Yeah.
it's 7 cents,
Yeah.
I got in at 2 cents. So even at 7 cents, it's still up for me.
Yeah.
But again, when it was at 33 cents, that's significant gains. It's still cheap. You can get 50,000, 100,000 relatively cheap. So remember, so this is what I want you guys to do because we run out of time. Set your goals. You got to know your exit strategy. You got to know, what do I want to do? How I'm going to retain, like write it down. I'm going to retain half of whatever my goal. So if I want 100,000, when I sell off, I'm only selling off 50,000. That's my goal.
Oh, my other
Go over a few things. I'm telling you, but go ahead.
You must, your battery real low because you freezing up. You sounding like Megatron.
That has to do with the Wi-Fi. Is
Oh.
it like that for everybody?
Yeah, it is doing it, freezing up a little bit.
Yeah, it only froze for a hot second, but we're able to make out what you're saying.
Okay. So with the Coinbase, I know I can buy and sell on here, but if I download another wallet, will I be able to send from Coinbase to another wallet?
Yes. So Coinbase is an exchange as well. You can purchase, but you can also send to your other wallets. But know what you're gonna, because Exodus, time you send from certain wallets, there are fees.
Okay.
Exchanges charge fees, and then miners charge fees. Transaction fees. A lot of my newbies, I get you guys started with Voyager. One, because you get $25 free of Bitcoin, and so do I. So I usually start off people there because everybody can use Bitcoin. But Voyager is not good as a wallet because all it does is convert it back to USD. So when I was telling you the story of my mom, I got it for her on Voyager so she could watch her money. And she put in 500 and walked away with 3,000. She was like, this is good. I want to buy a laptop and I want to do some other stuff. And I'm like, listen, to each his own. But we also bought her some Theta and put it on a hard wallet so she don't know how to take it off. So she gonna make money in this just because we're gonna take care of moms. But don't be like Mom's strategy. She's like $3,000. I know exactly. Now I can, but she had a goal. She knows she has a colon hydrotherapy business and she wanted to invest in her business. And she was like, I'll put in a couple $100. Tell me when the market is low again. I'll put some more money in. And I don't want her to be in the habit of that, but she's not being educated on this like you guys. She just knows there's money to be made. Her $3,000 could be $30,000, but she don't see that. She don't understand that. Because if your 500 could go to 3,000, what can your 3,000 go to?
Well, she got you, so she ain't trying to understand.
That's what I was gonna say.
She got you. She ain't trying to understand nothing. That's what you for.
So yeah.
Yeah, my baby made me some money.
Like I said. So yeah, but listen, that we want you guys to have a long game strategy. You can have some short game stuff. Like I said, if you're getting Dogecoin, you make 3,000, 100,000. You take them profits whenever the Lord leads you, because don't nobody know what that's about to do.
Right.
It don't have no contracts. There's no rhyme or reason. It's part of your portfolio, and you don't want to be out. You don't want to miss out when everybody make money. So sure, grab some. But it's not. That's not an educated move. It's educated as far as it's diverse. It's diversifying your portfolio, but not as far as it don't have any of the critical things we talked about. It's just, it was made to be a meme. So understand that just know what you're doing. Well, I won't hold you guys too much longer. I know we're going over, it's 9:01 already. If you guys have questions, feel free to ask me. But I do have to wrap it up. Children have come to the car. They're making faces, doing this with their hands like, Dad, what's going on? Why are you taking all day? But they don't want to interrupt me. So, I'm gonna go ahead and answer their questions away. Any other I really wanted to ask, but I want to wait to the end.
Yeah, I do. I thought this class was an hour.
Did I go over? Y'all got 2 hours.
But you did 2 hours. You gave us really
I thought
good.
it was 2 hours. It's only an hour.
Yeah,
you did really good.
We got a lot of information.
Y'all milked me for 2 hours. I thought that's how long the class lasted.
Hey, you kept going. I wasn't gonna say nothing.
Right, it was too good. It was too good. We couldn't say anything.
Welcome to Great Faith.
All right, God bless you. I love you guys. Good evening, good night. Good.
All right.
Thank you. That was great. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Yes.
When you get that information,